You ever stumble across something you wish you could unsee? Something that shakes you to your core and leaves you questioning the reality of what just happened? Some places are abandoned for a reason, and some things, some people, lurk in the darkness where they think no one will ever find them. Tonight, we're diving into a terrifying encounter that turned a simple graffiti session into a life-or-death escape, and it all started with an empty train. I've been a graffiti artist for years, and if you know anything about tagging, you know the community isn't exactly friendly. Respect is rare, and competition is ruthless. That's why I stick to the places no one else wants to go. Forgotten train lines, abandoned yards, rusting freight cars long past their prime. That's where I do my best work. That's where I feel the most at peace. That night, my friend Lucas and I were deep in one of those quiet, decaying places, a set of tracks I'd scouted earlier that day. No fresh tags, no sign of life, just a graveyard of forgotten trains sitting beneath the stars. Perfect. I got to work immediately, can in hand, watching as the colors took shape on the untouched metal. Lucas wasn't as into graffiti as I was, but he enjoyed hanging around, usually just smoking while I worked. The night was calm, still, almost too quiet. And then, the first noise. A metallic clank rang out from somewhere behind us. Not a soft, distant sound. Close, like someone had moved. We froze, the cold rush of adrenaline drowning out any buzz from the weed. We listened. Nothing. I figured it was just an animal, maybe some loose scrap falling from the train. That's when I made a mistake. One I'll never make again. I grabbed my empty paint can and tossed it behind me, just for the fun of it. It bounced along the ground with a hollow clang, clang, clang. Then silence. Then out of the darkness, the can came flying back. We didn't even have time to react before a voice erupted from the shadows. Low, rough, filled with rage. "You better not trip, boy." And then, bang! A gunshot. The air cracked apart and I felt my stomach drop. I don't remember thinking. I just ran. Lucas was right behind me, both of us sprinting down the tracks with everything we had. The footsteps behind us were heavy, determined, fast. We didn't stop until we reached the main road, lungs burning, hands shaking. We never saw who chased us that night, but curiosity is a dangerous thing. A few weeks later, I went back. This time, I wasn't tagging. This time, I was armed. The train was still there, untouched except for one detail. My tags were gone. Not faded, not weathered, painted over. Someone had deliberately covered them up with thick, ugly blotches of red paint. Someone wanted to erase my presence. I moved carefully, checking each car, when I found it. The one train with its door wide open. Inside, nothing, except a single chair bolted to the center of the floor. Ropes and chains scattered around it, some wrapped around the chair's legs, others left in loose, careless coils. The stench of bleach was suffocating, thick and unnatural. My stomach twisted. I reached for my phone to take a picture. Then I heard it, a faint clang from further down the train. I didn't wait to see what it was. I was gone. To this day, I don't know who was out there that night. I don't know what they were trying to hide. But I do know one thing. Some places aren't abandoned by accident. Some places are left to rot for a reason. And whoever was there that night, they weren't just trying to scare us. They wanted us gone.